I always get asked this question by young individuals who are trying to find their way in life, especially those that have just left school or university. But wouldn't quite land that first break or promotion at work. Some of you may be sitting there thinking this doesn't apply to me. I've already made it.
But the reality is life will throw all of us curveballs.
Things won't always go our way. And if we don't have the grit to overcome these challenges, we will fall behind. This concept was popularized by Angela Lee Duckworth, who is a psychologist and professor at the University of Pennsylvania. She defines grit as passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. And Angela has conducted extensive research into grit and how it correlates with success. In her book, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, she writes, "Grit is not talent, it's not luck. It's a measurable characteristic of success." So what are the things that you need to have the grit to win? Well, first up, we need to talk about passion. If you don't have a deep-seated passion to achieve something, then when the going gets tough, you'll get going. You'll probably quit or give up. For example, if you want to become a world-class soccer player, you have to have a genuine love and passion for the game. You need to be prepared to sacrifice many things to focus on your craft. You can't do this if you're only doing it because your friends are doing it, or because you think it might get you girls. But having a passion alone is not enough. You also need perseverance. This is where people often trip up. Having perseverance means being able to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. When you're pursuing a long-term goal, there will be many obstacles along the way. You'll face countless setbacks and failures. But having the perseverance to stick with it and keep going is key. For example, when I was starting my channel, I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted straight away. There were days when I doubted myself and wondered whether it was even worth it. But I had a long-term vision, and I knew that if I stuck with it and kept improving, eventually I would get there. So I persevered through the tough times, and eventually my hard work paid off. Another thing that you need is curiosity. If you're not curious, you're not going to ask questions. And if you're not asking questions, you're not going to learn. And if you're not learning, you're going to fall behind. Curiosity is what drives innovation and progress. It's what allows us to explore new ideas and concepts and ultimately succeed. Without curiosity, we would never have achieved any of the advancements that we have today. Next up, we need to talk about discipline. If you want to be successful, you need to be disciplined. This means being able to delay gratification and focus on the long term rather than the short term. It means being able to say no to things that are not important, so that you can focus on what is important. Discipline is what allows you to stay focused and motivated when no one is watching. It's what allows you to push through when things get tough. For example, when I was in the Army, I learned the importance of discipline firsthand. I was pushed to my physical and mental limits, and I had to learn how to control my emotions and stay focused on the task at hand. The skills that I developed during my time in the Army have been invaluable to me in my personal and professional life ever since. Another important quality is learning how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is something that I talk about a lot on my channel, and it's something that I have learned from my own experience as well as from talking to other successful people. They all seem to share one common trait. They are all comfortable with being uncomfortable. When we are faced with something that is uncomfortable or challenging, most people will try to avoid it or escape from it. However, this is where the opportunity for growth lies. When we are uncomfortable, it means that we are stretching ourselves beyond our current level of ability. It means that we are challenging ourselves to improve. So instead of avoiding discomfort, we should embrace it. The next time you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself, is this helping me to grow? Is this pushing me outside of my comfort zone? If the answer is yes, then it is a good thing. Embrace it and use it to your advantage. Another trait that you need is resilience. You have to be able to bounce back from setbacks quickly. You can't let things like failure or rejection get you down for long. You need to be able to dust yourself off and move on quickly. Now, this is something that everyone can improve upon. It's a skill that can be developed over time. One way to improve your resilience is to start setting short-term goals for yourself. Short-term goals are goals that you can achieve in a short period of time, like within a week or a month. When you set and achieve short-term goals, you start to build momentum. You start to feel like you're capable of achieving anything. This in turn makes you more resilient to setbacks. Now, another trait that you need is courage. Courage is what allows you to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. It's what allows you to pursue your goals and dreams despite the fear of failure. I know a lot of you guys are scared to fail, but failure is a necessary part of success. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that failure is the most important part of success. You can't have one without the other, so embrace failure. Learn from it and use it to improve. Another trait that you need is flexibility. This is becoming more and more important in today's world. The world is constantly changing. If you're not flexible, you're going to get left behind. Flexibility allows you to adapt to new situations and circumstances. It allows you to be open to new ideas and ways of doing things. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything that everyone says. What it does mean is that you should be open to considering different points of view. You never know. You might learn something new. And finally, you need to have faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your abilities, and faith in your potential. You have to believe that you can achieve your goals, that you can make your dreams a reality. Now, I'm not talking about religious faith here. I'm talking about a belief in yourself, a belief that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. These are some of the traits that you need to have the grit to win. These are the traits that will help you to succeed in whatever you do. Now, I'm not saying that everyone needs to be successful. I'm not saying that everyone needs to be rich or famous. What I am saying is that if you have these traits, if you have the grit to win, then you will be successful in whatever you do. You will achieve your goals, and you will make your dreams a reality. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other video on 7 lessons from the Navy SEALs that will change your life. And remember, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little bit of grit. Thanks for watching.